Our focus at 4 today, well, it won't come as much of a surprise. We're talking about the fact that same-sex marriage is now legal in all 50 states. Yes, including right here in Texas. The Supreme Court issued that historic opinion today, which led to celebration in Washington and across the country. But not everyone is celebrating. We'll get to that in a moment. First, let's let Stacey Cohen get us up to date.
The cheers rang out from the steps of the Supreme Court. Supporters celebrating a landmark 5-4 ruling, making same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states.
This ruling will strengthen all of our communities by offering to all loving same-sex couples the dignity of marriage across this great land.
Justice Anthony Kennedy was the pivotal swing vote. In his majority opinion, he wrote, "No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family." In one of the dissenting opinions, Chief Justice John Roberts argued the court should not be able to set such a precedent. Under the Constitution, judges have the power to say what the law is, not what the law should be. And in another dissent, Justice Samuel Alito says it's not the court's role to decide, but rather the Constitution leaves that question to be decided by the people of each state. One of the lead plaintiffs, Jim Obergefell, sued the state of Ohio for refusing to recognize his out-of-state marriage with his husband, who passed away in 2013.
No American should have to suffer that indignity.
Obergefell dedicated today's victory to his husband, and while celebrating, he received a personal call from one of his supporters.
Hi, is this Jim?
Yes, it is, Mr. President.
President Obama calling him to congratulate him.
Your leadership on this, is changing the country.
One husband's fight leading to a historic change for millions. In Washington, I'm Stacey Cohen.
Here at home, we are joined now by Shane Phelps, our KBTX legal analyst. Shane, thanks so much for being here with us.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Shane, all day we've been calling around to our Brazos Valley clerks of court to find out if they are issuing those marriage licenses. Right now, they are not. In fact, only a few are in the state of Texas. What they're telling us is that most of them are waiting on the Attorney General for further instruction. So our question for you is a question of timeline. Truly, how long can they wait on this further instruction? How long can they refuse to issue these marriage licenses?
Well, this is an unprecedented situation. It creates a real tension for all of these elected officials, the clerks and JPs around the state. There really is no timeline because we really haven't faced this kind of a question before. I don't know that the Attorney General has any actual authority to issue edicts to clerks. He can give guidance. But the fact is that the United States Supreme Court has ruled in a narrow decision, 5-4, that gay marriage, that all the states should be issuing licenses. And I think compliance with that is something that needs to happen fairly immediately. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I think that a lot of the folks who are holding off are going to be subjecting themselves and the counties and the state to some pretty significant and pretty quick legal action.
So they could be opening themselves up to these lawsuits. Well, is there any way that Texas or any other state can actually push back on this in any real legal way?
Yeah, the short answer to that question is no. I mean, we are a constitutional democracy. Our United States Supreme Court, who has been making these kind of decisions for more than 200 years, has spoken. And it is the law of the land. Our law in Texas is subordinate to the United States Constitution, and they have spoken. So the short answer is no. There are other mechanisms potentially. It's obviously going to be a huge political issue in the next presidential election. It was a 5-4 opinion. There are justices on the Supreme Court who are probably waiting to retire. So depending upon who becomes the next president and the nature, conservative or liberal, of maybe the next couple of justice appointments, those opinions can always be overturned by the Supreme Court. But Texas doesn't really have any other course other than simply to comply, I'm afraid.
To just comply. So moving on to that question of religious freedom, we've heard from Governor Abbott today. He sent out a memo saying protect religious freedom, saying this to his people. He tweeted on the subject. Let's check that out. Marriage was defined by God. No man can redefine it. We will defend our religious liberties. And Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton sent out a release that said in part, We should ensure that people and businesses are not discriminated by state and local governments based on a person's religious beliefs, including discrimination against people of faith in the distribution of grants, licenses, certification, accreditation. We should prevent harassing lawsuits against people of faith, their businesses, and religious organizations. We should protect nonprofits and churches from state and local taxes if the federal government penalizes them by removing their 501c3 status. And we should protect religious adoptions and foster care organizations and the children and families that they serve. He said even more than this, if you can believe it. Shortly, my office will be addressing questions about the religious liberties of clerks of courts and justices of the peace. So our question for you is, from here, what threat to religious freedom do you see in this implications?
Oh, there is a clear tension that has been set up by this Supreme Court opinion between the fundamental right that the Supreme Court has created for gay marriage and fundamental religious liberties that are protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. I think the best way to kind of set up the example is, at some point, potentially a gay couple may go to a pastor or a Catholic priest or somebody in a religious a church that does not believe in gay marriage and try to compel them to perform a marriage. If they say no, that's where the conflict is going to arise. So that question is not answered yet. There is a significant tension between what happened today in the Supreme Court and what they created in this fundamental right and religious liberties, which is, I think, what Governor Abbott and General Paxton are trying to get at.
Those religious freedoms. Well, we will certainly see what happens from there, years and years ahead, likely.
We're going to be talking about this for a very long time.
We certainly are.